Would you look at that? There's a little boat right over here moving. Did it stop? No, look, it's moving right there. Yeah, right there. It's a yellow boat. Oh! So we got a little ocean here. It's not the greatest ocean because it's surrounded by docks and stuff. But I decided to make a video. This is a continuation. It's the second video for today. I'm still on my walk. But today is Valentine's Day. And what do I want to talk about on Valentine's Day at 4:35 p.m. of 2022? Today, I'm feeling like giving. Yeah, giving's good. I wanna speak on something that a great hero of my life happened to say when I had a chat with him, and it is basically the idea of giving when you don't have. When you're in a rut, just give the best you got. Not specifically saying I'm in a rut, but when you don't have anything, just give all you got. Give the best you got, right? And that's one of the values that this person had. His name was Richard Grannon. He's still around. He's the Spartan life coach. And he helps people basically get out of a place where they decide that they want to die. And he helps them live on to tomorrow, more specifically with narcissistic abuse. People who are just traumatically beaten to the place where they have to find a way to get up and keep going, man. I lived through similar experiences throughout my life. I lived through narcissistic abuse, and I know what it's like. So I certainly appreciate his help. And coming from a place of giving, you know, like right now, I haven't really invested in my business as I would have wanted to, or would have loved to. A few old folks in the truck there, just saying hello. It's lovely. And I feel like I have to put my energy forward to do something to feel not only fulfilled and joyful, but also to benefit and serve other people too. And hey there. What I am doing is just that. And you know, it's always been my goal to help people figure out their own role and what their life is here and what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm kind of leading that, spearheading it with helping people with giving awareness documentation sessions, the ad talk walkthrough sessions, so that they can figure out how to do this for themselves and then start getting the results within their relationships by applying awareness documentation to their daily life. So I'm doing that for free right now, and we're gonna see how it works out. But there's multiple people that are messaging me with an interest in being able to partake in this experience. And if I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people doing this thing, and then more and more and more, just by getting more testimonials and allowing them to experience this process and experience the results of trying this for multiple days on end, at least a week, they're going to be giving me some pretty awesome testimonials, I would have to believe. And then I can then, in turn, use that as a part of my experience in my my journey here, which allows me to elevate my business to the next level and keep people up to date with the next best thing in my business and how I'd be executing. Now, awareness documentation is one of the flagship items or services or processes that I would be sharing with people. And it's also going to be one of those things that are going to be the most impactful, especially for people developing self-awareness in the early stages of their life. And the fact that I can be able to share this process, paid or unpaid, I think it's important to just start by giving. And it is the best I've got, so I have to give. And whether that's meeting my ambitions or not, which is to say, I wanted multiple people in group sessions to be able to orchestrate this whole thing and help multiple people at once. When that didn't happen and I didn't exactly get the turnout that I wanted, I had to say yes to just helping one person individually. So using your time, while it may not be the greatest strategy, just imagine if you're a music artist or you're a speaker and you're trying to perform on stage and speak to hundreds of people, you don't get there instantly. You have to start speaking to people one-on-one, a few at a time, 5 people, 10 people, and you work your way up, because there's no way that you would be able to handle a massive audience if you hadn't been situated by gaining the individual experience of working with smaller amounts of people and then gradually working your way up, because you wouldn't know the scale. Not to say fear would be the biggest thing, but you wouldn't know how to manage all of those people. So you would have to put yourself into the shoes of performing this thing again and again and again and again, so that it's no longer a problem. It's no longer a challenge to experience the next greater challenge, right? So I have to say okay to that. You know, I've done coaching sessions. I've helped people in this manner. I've helped people with awareness documentation too. But in a lot of ways, me doing these walkthroughs is unique in its own, because it's like a live experience where people are actually initiating awareness documentation. And then I'm taking that process and having them self-reflect right in front of me, so that they can be able to realize what's paining them in their life, the challenges and the setbacks that are withholding them from the next step in their evolution, and then actually following through with what kind of a solution that they need. And then going through that a few times, another level deep, why, and then, you know, having them proceed to execute that process in their daily life, within the relationships, the things that they're currently struggling with, throughout multiple days, having them do that and practice that, and then having them get back to me, because I'm very confident in the process that it's going to work. So for me, this is just one example of what I'm doing to give, and I need to give more, to get my karma, keep my karma clean, and to get more positive karmic energy, because, you know, I've spent a good amount of my time giving, but I need to receive too, and I'm just building up to that time and process. And I haven't been giving as much these past couple of years as I was the previous 3 years, right? So it's worth sharing my energy for the highest good for all to benefit. And by using this process, it's one of the greatest things I can give, because the greatest thing I would want to give you is your self-awareness. If there's one thing I could give you, it'd be self-awareness. That's what awareness documentation is going to do for you. It's going to improve your mental health, your emotional intelligence, basically give you everything you're meant to be doing in this life, so you can figure out your calling, your purpose, and be on point and aligned with that vision, and develop the critical thinking skills to know and discern what you do not want to do and what you do want to do, to pay attention to your emotional compass, so you can live your life for the highest good of all beings. And that's what I want. So that's what I'm going to do. Bit on the process, and I hope you continue to give too, because it has to do with just being a generous soul, and a kind soul has so much to do with how you're fulfilling your role. If you're well off on your own, just consider people are starving. Tons and millions of people are starving. Let's just say half the population is starving. That's not a fact. I don't know the exact answer, but let's just say half the population is starving. They don't actually have everything that they need, and they're really screwed financially, and they just don't have the support systems or the resources that are consistently there, locally there, to be able to help them with everything that they need. And if something goes out of shape, it's going to be repaired immediately, not months later or years later by outside support and aid. Then the people that need help, look at this dinosaur, man. I love dinosaurs. I love you. Dino loves me? Oh, I love you. I said it first. Just imagine the people that don't have these support systems, right? But considering you're off well, you're off good, you got what you need, you are okay. So why not give a little, right? Like, just deviate from your daily life, your daily circumstances, your daily routines, the things you're used to doing, and do something different. And then step into your passions and do that differently, and continue to add value, and then people are going to like what you're doing, and then you can make money off of it and be like, hey, I not only give free stuff, but I have paid stuff too, and I'm going to continue to give free stuff because it's good for you, but I'm also going to do this stuff where I make money too. And then you're living out a blessed life where you can do you and get paid for it too. You know, there's this one expression that I have. This candy's got to be so disgusting. Just considering it's sitting in the window in the sun. Of course, they're not selling that. Dear gosh, I hope not. But the expression is, I don't get paid for what I do. I get paid for who I am. Essentially, I want to create a community that is who they are, their highest, truest expressions of themselves, and they're getting paid for that. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think so. It's pretty cool. So, thank you for sharing your love and your time and your energy. You can never get it back, so thank you for sharing it with me. I hope you choose to give, have some kindness in your heart over everything, to do the right thing. Even when people hurt you, just be kind. All right? I love you. Take care of the world, beautiful soul. We'll see you soon.